When I was born, my mom was diagnosed with COPD, which is a breathing condition that really affected her tremendously. And I seen that growing up with different attacks that would happen with her in front of my eyes. And then when I was 12 years old, she passed away. I didn't realize what was going on when she passed away, or realized how severe her breathing condition was until I lost her. From there, I felt pretty hard, where I didn't feel comfortable sharing. I didn't grieve properly. I didn't talk with others about how I felt. My dad was there, but he was the provider. He made sure we were taken care of financially. He did his best to take care of us emotionally, but it was too much for me to cope with losing her. He started getting involved with a lady who was quote unquote called my stepmother, and through her and through her son, and me choosing, a lifestyle of wanting to be in the game and smoke marijuana, that's how I chose to cope with the emotions that I was feeling with the loss of my mom. When I was 16, I got unexpected news that my father had esophagus cancer. And my dad, like I said, was a truck driver, a bigger guy, and I just watched cancer rip him away, deteriorate down to nothing right in front of my eyes. And once again, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand how serious it was. I didn't understand what cancer truly meant. And I didn't understand how long he would have to live. From there, I started using cocaine to kind of cope with everything going on and essentially feel something different and not have to feel the emotions I was going through. My dad did pass away when I was 16 years old. And since I was considered a minor and under 18, my Uncle Jimmy and Aunt Terry took me and my brother in. They came and picked us up, took us in as their own children, and brought us to their home. I started getting into Oxycontin, I started getting into Xanax, and it really put me in a state of hopelessness and depression and brokenness that I didn't even realize the drugs were doing. I just really didn't even want to be alive. And it got to the point where I was having seizures from the Xanax withdrawal, but I still couldn't stop. My best friend had a panic attack from seeing me seizure out and everything that was happening with me, that he called my Aunt Terry, who just showed up one day at the house I was staying at and said, "You're coming with me, Justin." And she picked me up, took me back to New Jersey, and from there realized how bad I was in my addiction. And I believe she called my other aunt and heard about Teen Challenge and said, "Okay, you're going to Teen Challenge and you need help and you can't do this without Jesus." Things didn't change after the first time completing Teen Challenge because I still wanted to do me. I thought I could still recreationally use marijuana or recreationally drink and think it's okay. Basically, recreationally sin and think that's okay. And I went back home, got right back into the game, started doing heroin this time, started selling drugs, and just went right off to the races like I never got sober. It took me to a pretty dark place where I ended up homeless and completely broken, and realized if I keep doing things my way, it's never gonna work out. I reached out to my aunt, and she was very confused and trying to want to help me, but simultaneously show me tough love. I called her daily, and she was like, "Okay, I hear something different in your voice. Uncle Jimmy and I are ready to help you." I said, "Okay, I need to get the detox. I can't do it like I did last time. I'm getting too old for that to do it naturally." And she's like, "Okay." So I was able to get into a detox. And then from there, she picked me up took me back to Teen Challenge Rarysburg, God's Mountain. And from there, I went back to Western PA to start restoration. I did a 90-day restoration, and then I did a 2-year graduate program. And from there, I became a staff member. I worked my way from administrative assistant to the operations manager, where I essentially learned a lot about God. I learned what it means to submit to authority and be obedient and kind of see what it takes to walk it out as a Christian. My biggest thing about being a Christian is I thought they were considered to be up here, and I never thought I could live to such a level. Where the more I understood the Bible is that's who Jesus came to serve and came to change and came to work with. And once I understood that my faith and any type of righteousness is in Christ, I was able to essentially grow. God truly worked with me while I was at Adult and Teen Challenge and truly blessed my life. I was able to meet goals. I was able to get associate's degree in addictions counseling. I was able to get married and have a beautiful son. You know, it gave me a great foundation, and I'm grateful for everything that I was taught. I didn't deserve to get out of addiction. And it does bring emotions to think where he's brought me from. Because, you know, some would say I'm lucky, and I would agree. I have a lot of friends that have died because of their addiction issues and not seeing any hope and not trusting in God and having that support or resource to help them get out. And that's all I try to be on a daily. It's just, you know, it gets me emotional and speechless for where God has brought me. And I'm utterly grateful, and I need to stay in that mindset of gratitude and compassion and everything that was shown to me by God, and keep trying to give that to the next person that needs help.